Good morning, students. Let's begin. I hope I'm audible to all, and I have already shared the screen. So, if you are not able to see the screen and not audible, you can put in chat box. So, I hope everybody can hear me. No problem at all. So, let's begin. I think there are total 40 students approximate. So, uh, basically, in this session, I will going to cover not more concepts, but still I will try to cover entire thing if possible. So first one, it's all graphical representation. So in the last class we have seen how to draw the histogram, a simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, subdivided bar diagram, and the last was the pie chart. Okay, I hope there were no doubt, but in this you can say today's session I will try to cover histogram, box plot, scatter plot, frequency polygon, if possible all, otherwise we will complete the subset. Okay, so today's session topic will be graphical presentation. To just whenever if you are filling the form, just type the graphical presentation. So I'm just sharing the screen for Art Studio, and then we will. I hope you can able to see the screen for Art Studio. See, before I'll start, I'll share another Word file which contain your questions. Means how the questions can be asked in that scenario. Before I'll talk about directly in the. Let me share the questions first. This is the question. I hope it is you can able to see the question number one. Question number one, word file. Access. Read and understand the questions properly. Access stack clause data from R. Access stack clause data from R and answer the following. They are saying access stack clause data from R. That means this stack clause data is inbuilt in R. See, understand the questions properly. That's why I told you, understand these concepts properly. So whenever I say access the data from R, that means data is inbuilt. You no need to import data, no need to install anything. Everything is there. Everything is there in R. It is inbuilt. Okay. And then you have to plot histogram, box plot of airflow. Okay, now we don't know what is airflow, so we have to study this stack clause data first in R, and then based on that we have to draw this airflow. Means airflow ka we have to draw the histogram and box plot, and then we need to change the bin width to 5. What is bin width, that we will discuss. Also add appropriate labels, title to the plot. Means you have to just make label like x-axis, y-axis, give the title. We have studied what is the title. Then plot the scatter plot of airflow versus water temp. That means this is two variable, I can say. This is two variable. That means you can call x, this you call y. Okay, some variable, and also give the label, title, color. I mean, just understand the question first, because it is not possible to show you me the both the screen. Okay, so once we move in RStudio, I cannot able to show you the question again, because sharing then it is quite difficult for me. Okay, but if I can partition split in two screen, then it was quite useful. But unfortunately, that package is not available in the Zoom. So I hope you are clear with these questions. So I'll repeat once again. X is the stack loss data from R. That means data is inbuilt. We don't have any problem. We are not going to import any data from outside. The data is inbuilt in R. And then you have to plot histogram, you have to plot box plot of which variable? Airflow. And you have to change a little bit their width to 5. You have to add labels, you have to add titles, and it means we can do so many things based on the requirement of the problem. So since they are saying we have to do these all, okay, so whatever they are saying, we have to do exactly same what they want. Okay, we are not going to do anything else from our own, like, okay, I will do it myself. No, it is not like that. Whatever the question is asked here, you have to perform exactly the same which they are asking. Even they are not asking label, don't use label. Okay, if they are not asking title, don't use title. Are you getting my problem? Are you getting my questions? So this is the very important. If they are asking part of subset, then you need to always do whatever the question is asking here. Don't perform anything yourself. And then need to plot scatter plot versus these two variable, and also give the label, title, colors, etc. Okay, so let me share, or you can just take the screenshot of this question, so that there should not be any ambiguity in solving the problem. Because once I share another screen like RStudio, the code is already there. I have to just run that code, and based on the variable and questions, I will perform exactly what they want. Okay, so I'll share my another screen, which is RStudio. So first one is data. Okay, now what was the question was access the stack clause data from R. That means R is inbuilt. I hope you can able to see the RStudio screen, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, so here first I need to understand from where I should get the stack loss data. Okay, so what you have to do now, see, this is the code. Okay, this is the code for how to get the data, okay, how to get your file, actually stack loss file. So for this you need to perform here, just type data, open bracket, close bracket. So if I run this, once I run this, you can see in the source window, automatically the new window will be open, which you called, and that window you called, just give me a minute, I'll just highlight this. That window is called as R dataset. Okay. So once I click on, what was the code? Once I click on data, open close bracket, it will be redirected to directly new window or new tab, I can say. That tab is R dataset. This R dataset contain huge amount of data set. Okay, so the thing that I was talking, this is called data set. So stack loss is a data set. Okay, that is all. Understand the difference between file, data set, variable. Okay, so that is all terminology you have to always use, terms you have to use. Okay, so data set, so suppose this is an air passenger, so air passenger is your data set. Okay, then BJ sales is your data set, and so many things. CO2 is your data set, carbon dioxide. So if you see this, you have here, CO2. They are mentioning also something label. So carbon dioxide uptake in grass. Okay. So they are describing this. What is this CO2? Okay. Are you getting my problem? So this is the very simple things which you have to understand. But actually, what I need stack loss data. So you have to just scroll this tab and you can go there. You can see there is a huge amount of data is exist. Huge amount. I need stack loss data. So if you just scroll it, bottom there will be, you will get a stack loss data. And you're able to see there are so many type of data exist. If I see here, this is another stack loss data. Stack loss, stack dot loss. Okay. Then stack dot x. Then stack loss x. Okay. There are different types of data exist, but which one you have to select? So what I have written here, if I write, so they have given, actually they have updated their data. So if you just take this data, it contain another thing. If you take this data, it contain another thing. But if you see their description, they are saying Brownlee's stack loss plant data, all are same. Okay, but in question they are asking stack loss. They are nothing. There is no dot. There is nothing. So you can use this data. Okay, don't use this data. Okay, so this is means there is a huge amount of data exists. So one can, if you scroll it, one can have so many data. So whenever they're asking access the data from R, you need to just type data, and sometimes you're going to use car data. See, there is the car data. I will show you that. I just now see this is the car data. So what will be speed? What will be speed? Stopping distance of a car. Okay. So if there is a if you are driving a car, then at what place, at what distance you have to stop the car. Okay, that all means you have to understand this all data. Okay, so once I click this data, I will redirect another tab and you will get the huge amount of data where you can see the what type of data set exists now. That means I found the stack loss data is there in my data set. Okay, so you have to just click on this and you have to just, so once you click on the view, once you click on the view stack loss data, again you will be redirect another tab, that is your data set. So this is your data set. Are you getting? I'll repeat once again. So once I click on view data, view and your data set file name, okay, and run it, you will be redirected another tab which contain, it's like an Excel file. It's like an Excel file, okay, and it will be showing all variables with all data. Okay, but still this air dot flow, water dot temperature, acid dot concentration, stack dot loss, we are not getting much about this understanding of data. Okay, some means some variable is there, some data is there. So you want to understand what type of data is that, means what the meaning of air dot flow, etc, etc. Okay, so for that purpose you need to type hell in bracket stack loss, hell in bracket stack loss. So this will be shown here. Can you see the right bottom? Right bottom, you will be get all description about your stack loss data. So they are what they are saying. Brownlee stack loss plant data description will be given. Operational data of plant of oxidation of ammonia to nitric acid. Then now there are three data set exist here. See, they are saying the uses. Okay, so there are three concepts they are using here. Then we have a format. Okay, so in format they are mentioning everything. Stack loss data is a data frame with 21 variables. So we have a 21 observations. So we have 21. So all description about data will be there. Okay, means how many observations there, how many variables are there, etc. The 21 observations on four variables. So we have given four variables. Now they're talking about which are the variables. Air, airflow. So what this airflow says, it's a flow of cooling air. So now you are now understood what is airflow variable. So they have given short. Airflow means it's a flow of cooling variable. So if you want to cool the air, you have, that is the description given about. Water temperature, cooling water inlet temperature. Okay. Acid concentration, concentration of acid, and stack loss data, stack loss. Okay. Means some information you will be getting. So basically this stack dot x is a inbuilt in S. Okay. So S plus is, it will be compatible. So means they are just talking about what it means. You want to talk about more details, so you can go to just read this all, like you can just go through that. Then what is the meaning of, like you can understand each terms what this airflows does. Airflows represent rate of operation of plant. Then water temperature, it's a temperature of cooling water circulated through the coil. Means you will be understand each and every variable what its role, okay, in my data set. Okay, but there is not much thing required for our point of view, because we want to draw the histogram of particular variable. Okay, so we are not much dealing. But if you require more details about your data set, you have to give the time for these. You have to understand the time for when you are not understanding the questions and problem, and if you want to go to in detail, deeply understand the questions, then you can go for the understanding of taking the help of stack loss. Okay, so I think this is the uh, maybe the enough for explaining what about the data. But now once I view that, I will redirect with this data set which contain all variables. But still now you just type the names stack loss. Sometime you just type head, just type head of stack loss data. If you just type of stack loss data head means it will show you the first 6 observations. You can see it will show you the first 6 observations. Similarly, if you write the tell, so you can see here 1 2 3 up to 26, the 6 observations they are saying. If you just type tell and stack loss, it will show you the last 6 observation. Means you can see here 21 is last. Okay, 21 is the last. That means 1 to 21 we have a variables. Okay, then if you want dimension, we can just type dimension of stack loss. Means how many observation is there, you can know properly. Stack loss, so they will show you 21 observations and 4 variable. Okay, and some basic you can say information, that because that you can see from here also, you can see on this tab and you can scroll it. Okay, so we can able to see there are 4 variables and 21 observation. But if it is very big, like let's say lakhs of data, and exactly you want the number, then no need to just scroll it. Just type dim, dimension of your data set. Automatically it will show you how many observations, how many variables. So that is a basic all basics things which you can able to know. Okay, but actually we are working on names, because whatever the variable names means variable. So if I just run it this, you can able to see the names of stack loss data, and actually I'm going to work on this names. So this is my first variable, this is my second variable, this is my third variable. Okay, and exactly the same variable you have to type, huh? Even if you write small a sc dot concentration, it is written capital A CID dot capital CONC dot. So exactly the same you can call variable you have to use, otherwise it will show you the objectives. I will show you that what syntax we will get it here. Okay, so make sure that the same variable you have to perform always. So these are the variables. So you can just if we are getting the syntax that object is not found, you can copy this variable and you can paste it. Like I can copy this, and wherever I want to paste it, I will paste it. Just click here and there is option again, right click, and there is option called paste. Okay, so if you are not able to write the variable by own, you can just copy and paste it there. That is the one option. Okay. So this is regarding your how to access the data from inbuilt in R, and how you can understand this data, means more details about the data, and you can understand in deeply what are the variables, what are the dimension, what are the rest thing. So if you have any query, you can ask so far. Okay, so let's take 2 minutes to have, if you have any query. So I will unmute to all. If you have any query, you can ask. Any query? So if there is no query, you can put in chat box no query, no. So we can proceed. Okay, so let's proceed. So my first question is here. Plot, if you have taken the screenshot of that question, plot histogram of airflow. Okay, so we have already seen what you have to do. We have to just call library first here. Okay, you have to call library ggplot 2. You have to just load it. Okay, see, once you close your art studio, you have to again load art, again load ggplot, that package. Okay, so if the package is gone, then you have to again install it. But they have given a good feature, like in art studio, once you install the package, it will be remains in your computer laptop, but temporary for maybe 30 days, or after that it goes. Okay, so if I execute, I can see there is no syntax is found. That means ggplot is exist in my laptop. Okay, maybe for 30 days. Okay, so now I have to just execute this syntax. What is this syntax is? So this basically syntax is for to draw the histogram. So what is the syntax? ggplot in bracket my data set name. This is my stack class, is my data set, comma, I've already shown you last class, AES access, and I'm defining here, we have to draw the histogram for airflow. We have to draw the histogram for airflow. So I'm writing here x is equal to airflow, or I will write simply airflow. That's also fine, no problem. Plus geometric underscore histogram. Geometric underscore histogram. Now here geometric underscore histogram I have written. This, I think this is, we have already shown you. I've already shown you in my sum of PPT what will be the syntax for to draw histogram. So if I just execute this, I can see here it is showing me something like this, right? It is showing me the histogram like this. But actually, if you see this, it doesn't look nice, because it's not like look. It doesn't look like a histogram. It's look like all bars and everything, and nothing to be conclude whether data will be. So what is the role of histogram? Can anyone tell me what is the role of histogram? Means once you draw the histogram, how you conclude the histogram? You can go to chat box. You can just write it down few terms. If you like, uh, maybe a few letters of what is the role. Get it mode. Okay, you can find out mode from histogram. Fine. Anything else? So once you plot the histogram, skewness. Okay, a skewness. Uh, in one way you can say skewness, but not straightforward. You cannot say skewness. Okay. So basically the role of histogram is to be understand whether your data will be moving to positively, moving to the positive side, negative side. Means one can say skewness, but it is showing the direction of your data. It is showing the direction of the data from their mean. So whether it is moving positively, negatively, and normal. Okay, your data is normal, positive, and negative. So now, but this, the data which I have drawn here, I cannot conclude anything like whether it is moving to some, because even I am getting gap here. Can you see here gap? Just there is a huge gap, and I know in histogram it is continuous, right? It is a continuous. So there should not be any gap between these observations. So there was second question was there. What is second question? If you have remember, we have to change their bin width is to 5. Bin width, that means width to 5. So what you have to do? So this is the same thing. We just copy again here. Geometric underscore histogram, and if we just convert it the bin width to 5. Okay, just execute this, and can you able to understand it is now become continuous. It's become a continuous. Now there is huge gap is here, which we can't do it because data is like only. Okay, but still now it is something else, and it look better than the previous one. Now this is the gap because there is a huge gap is there, which we can't do it here. Okay, so that you can keep it as it is. Then suppose we want to give the title also. I think we have to fill the color also. Okay, I want to fill the color. So if you see the command for color, okay, just fill the color black. Sorry, color is black, and fill the green color. Okay, you want to fill the green color, and this color is I think bandwidth color, the border color maybe. Okay, so the border color is black, and fill color is green. Let's execute and see. Just give me a minute. And then we have to give the title, GG title. I hope you are knowing this GG title. So title is a histogram of airflow. Now I want to use separate X label, Y label. I want to give separate X label, Y label. So you can type here X lab here, okay, and Y lab counts. Means if you see here, it is written air dot flow, okay, but I want actually air some space flow. So whenever you want to separate title, it also run here. This X is automatically considered by this X, but if you wanted to give like your own access, then you have to use always X lab, means X label will be this, Y label will be this, and we have to adjust this title. So since you have to adjust this title horizontally at 0.5. Okay, so that I think this is already we have discussed last class. So let me select entire this and execute. If you execute half of thing, see, let me execute half thing first. See, you can just see the cursor. Just see the cursor in console and as well as in the source. If I just execute this, it will show you, okay, it executed. But if you see, this is executed with plus. Can you see here? Can you see the console plus plus? Okay. So if you don't want this plus plus, what you have to do, you have to just select this, just select this and execute. Okay, still this showing plus, because actually what I did here, I have given the gap here. You can do continue. You can just use backspace and continue, because if I just do backspace here, na, it will go on increased my size of that syntax. So that's why I've just put it enter and keep it in the next column or next row. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So here title is histogram of airflow. So title of histogram here of airflow, we got it. Xlab, now you can see here air.flow. Before it was air.flow. Now it is changed by airflow. Okay, so you can do like that. Then there is a count, and you can see the colors also, the colors which we have used. So your outer color is, means outside color is black, and fill color is green. So sometimes they ask you questions, fill blue color, fill black color, fill yellow color. Okay, so you have to use these concepts properly. And that color, this color is outside color. Okay, they will say fill outline color will be red, so you have to use red color. Give title is that. Now they are not saying, your title should be in middle. By default you have to understand title हमेशा middle में ही होता है. Okay, so आपको ये कोड लिखना ही पड़ेगा. So you will ask you sir उसका कोड तो पूछा नहीं है, but by default our sense says it is correct. Okay, तो आपको टाइटल के लिए टाइटल का जो स्पेस होता है वो मार्जिनली आपको एडजस्ट करके लेना पड़ेगा. So this is regarding your I think histogram. Similarly, you have to do for box plot. So what will be the box plot? I'll complete this box plot, then we will stop. ggplots stack loss data set, and you know the box plot. Box plot basically do not require x-axis. Okay, it has only, you can say, y-axis. So again, this keep x-axis will be blank, means double quote, and y-axis will be air.flow. So that means we need to require a box plot for airflow. Okay, so if you remember the questions, then just put geometric underscore box plot, means we are drawing box plot, so that's why we are writing geometric underscore box plot, plus you have to give title. This is same. This is same. Okay. Then theme underscore minimal, and this theme underscore. So this is, I think this theme will be for adjusting the title. Okay, this theme is basically adjusting the title. But what about this theme? What about this theme? Okay, so I will just remove this first, and let me show you, if you are not include this, what is going to be effect. Okay, so let me execute this. I hope you're clear the syntax for box plot. So box plot ke liye we do not require x-axis, so keep it blank, put double quote. In y-axis we require particular variable is air.flow. Then this is the code for geometric, means box plot. We can put title, and that title should be in middle. So this is the code for giving middle. Okay, let me execute. Okay, so if I just zoom it, just zoom it, so your graph is look like this. So this is your y-axis, right? So y-axis we require air.flow. On x-axis I keep blank. Okay, because here x is not required. And this is your minimum number, which is 50. Maximum number is 80. Sorry, maximum, no, this is outline. This is to outline. Maximum is here. Actually you can say this is this to outline. Okay, but we have to check that this is the maximum. This is first quartile, this is second, this is in second quartile, this is third quartile. So what this graph says, this graph, if you remember the difference interpretation for quartile. If the difference between this is, and this is your q1, this is your q2, right? So if q2 minus q1 lesser than q2 minus q3, then it is negatively skewed. Okay, what I told you here, if q2 minus q1 lesser than q is a quartile, minus q3, then what is your conclusion? If you see the descriptive book, what do you call it, descriptive statistics, there will be this result was there. Okay, and in that result you can see what is the conclusion. So if the difference between q2 minus q3 is there, then what will be conclusion? So that is positively skewed, whether it is negatively skewed, and it is so according to my theory, if q2 minus q1 is lesser than, sorry, there will be q3, this is q3 because second quartile will be lesser, no? And this is q2. So if this quantity will be lesser than this quantity, then I will be say it is positively skewed according to theory. Okay, I'll share that theory also. Just give me a minute. I will share that theory also. You can just go to that theory. So this is the one concept which means what is the conclusion? See, just drawing the diagram, just giving the diagrams, it has no meaning. We have to conclude the results also. You have to conclude the result also. Okay. So this is the conclusion. This is the conclusion. One way is that. Second way is that you can check, you can find mean, median, mode. If mean is greater than median, median is greater than mode, then still it is positively skewed. Okay. So in both the cases you can check. In both the cases you can check whether the conclusion is matching or not. Based on that you conclude the, we have to write the conclusion of box plot. See, in examination or in theory, in your practical, even in your theory, just writing the syntax and executing and getting the answer will be not useful. In theory, I will assume because you are writing the theory and writing the syntax. That's okay. But in practical, you have to execute, show the answer, and you have to write the conclusion for this. That means once you draw the diagram, then what is the conclusion? Then you have to say like this, the difference between q3 q1 minus q2. So what you have to do here, if you know exactly the value, what you have to do, you have to just type here summary. Okay, just type summary here, you will be knowing properly. Summary of what? But summary of airflow, but airflow directly लिखेंगे तो आएगा क्या आपको? Let me check. तो airflow लिखेंगे directly तो नहीं आएगा. Okay, so stack loss का आपको लिखना है. Stack loss का summary of stack loss करेंगे तो you will be not get summary of all. Let me see. Summary stack loss, sorry, stack loss. So here you got summary of stack loss, but you have to understand this summary. देखो air flow का summary यहाँ मिल रहा है आपको, water का summary मिल रहा है, acid का summary मिल रहा है. तब now you can compare these results. This is your Q2. Where is Q2? Q2 is your median. Q2 is your median. So 58 minus 56, 2. So 58 minus 56, which is 2. and 62 minus this, what is that? 62 minus 4, so 2 is less than 4, correct? So this is satisfying. So if this is satisfying, that means that it is positively skewed. Okay, so this is a technique you can understand exactly. If you are not finding, if you are finding the difficulty to analyzing your box plot, you can always check that concept. You can go for always mathematical. But one thing I just want to tell you that if you see this plot, and in this plot, if this line, which line, this middle line, if this middle line, if you're able to see this middle line, if this middle line is exactly between these two line, okay, this line and this line, between this line and this line, exactly middle, then your data is normally distributed. Okay, data is normally distributed. So this is the basically conclusion you have to conclude in the case of box plot. I hope it is clear. I don't know whether you are clear or not. Okay, I just want to add here that which I have removed, like theme wala part. If I do just theme plus this, just give me a minute. I will come to the chat box and let me see if you have any query. So if you see now this box plot, if you just see this now box plot, what I found here, the background is gone here. Background is gone here. Before it was something like darken. Now it was gone. Okay, so that is basically it will minimum the theme. So the background will be the minimum. Okay, that is a conclusion basically. But it's okay. This is just basic. You can say basic terminology you can have. Okay, so if you have any questions now, let me see the chat box, and if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, let me see the if you have any questions here. Color is not asked. Which color? No, color is asked, I think. In questions, let me see. Okay. Okay, color is not asked. That's okay. But remember, whatever they're asking, you're just supposed to put. Because I have shown you that, because नहीं तो बाद में बोलेंगे color पूछा नहीं था करके. Okay? But exactly same thing you have to perform. What is the question asked in your problem? No need to go for like yourself. Always remember.